Hey, everyone. Welcome to our Unapologetically Badass podcast. We're so happy that you're here. Oh, that's my grandson telling me that I cannot say the word bad. You know what? Oh, boy. Okay, so we got a fun one for you today. We're just going to have some coffee chat. And one of the coffee chats is literally about this little one that is in the room with me. So we'll get to that. But and my amazing host Renee is here.
Hello.
The two of us. And we hope you guys have fun listening today. Thank you for tuning in and listening every single week. And every Tuesday around 9 a.m. You'll see a new one. So tune in.
Absolutely.
Renee, I'm having a day already.
We wanted to do this because there's so much to catch up on, and we've been so lucky and blessed that so many women want to come on the podcast. We were like, we need to do like a catch up of what's happening in our lives, because we said we're going to keep everything real and want you all to join us on our journey, because it is like up and down. So you tell me, how has it been a day?
And just to piggyback on that too, Eris, you're going to say hi to everybody if you keep that up. Okay, so speaking of that, so many people are wanting to be on the show, but we also wanted to make sure that we came on together, like how we promised, and just like, let it loose, just tell it how it is. Okay, so I'm on grandma duty. I think we've shared this, that I am. I have 5 boys and I have a 3-year-old grandson, and he is my biggest priority right now. I run a boutique. I know Renee and I have shared our stuff. I run a boutique. I just got a part-time job too. So I'm kind of like running around with my head cut off right now, and then just recovering from surgery while he's in the room with me, y'all. Okay. And that's fine. I told him if he talks during this, and what does he start doing? He starts saying stuff. Blah, 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 blah. I said, fine, if you're going to come over and you're going to have to say hi to everybody. But Renee, my real trouble is that it's been a little cold. This is going to air a little earlier, but it's been a little cold, and I have 2 dogs, and these dogs are bougie. You guys, when I say bougie, I have bougie dogs. Anybody else have bougie animals? I mean, maybe a bougie cat. I don't know. A bougie bird. Eris, I'm on this call, and they will not go out in the cold. You guys, they walk outside, and I'm serious. Like my girl, she like tiptoes, and then the boy is kind of like, nope, and then just goes right back to the door, and it's just like scratching on the door, like, let me in, I'm freezing.
Yeah, bougie for sure. Well, what I love about your grandson being in there, so many women can relate. Like, we get to a point in our life that you're gonna have to speak there, dude, right? But we all get a point in our life that we're either taking care of our grandkids, and I don't have any yet, but we're taking care of grandkids, or we're taking care of elderly parents. So so many women are going to relate to this, because we are masters of multitasking. We will get it done. Hi, sweetie. I mean, you're here, right?
How's everybody doing today? We'll see. I told you you're going to have to say hi.
No, Mom.
Okay, bye. Be quiet now.
But yeah, no, I used to have, my dogs passed away, but I remember, so for those that don't know, I'm in the Northeast, and Sierra here is down in the South. So when she's saying
whenever it's below 60, we're freaking out.
I'm like, will you please stop, bitch? Right down today when we're recording, it's 22. So it's a little cold over here, but I don't have, my dogs passed away. But when we like snow, I had a little teacup Yorkie. And forget it. I mean, she was like, she would go to the garage, and then she'd be like, oh, and then want to come back in and go outside. And it was just like, there were times where she was, the snow was taller than her. I mean, I had to like shovel paths for the poor thing, but yeah.
Oh, no, you guys, it's 40. Okay. I should not be complaining. And I think it was 49 yesterday, but anything below 60, they're worse than normal Texans. They will not go outside. It has been just torture for me. I am serious. It's like every second. And then they're like acting all crazy and weird. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then little one, he's been sick, having a runny nose. It's just like, I did like a complete flashback to my mommy years, but I was like, how the hell did I have 3 of them?
Right.
I had 3 kids and always had a dog.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
How do we do it? I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
you know what? I'm really happy that I don't have littles. I have to admit. I don't know if people are going to be like turned up, but I'm really happy that I'm not in that stage right now. I'm
We're
not
all
ready for the next one. I'm good. I'm I'm not ready yet. So kids, don't you dare. No. Um,
you have a wedding coming, so that means you
yeah,
hopefully you got like a 3-4 year window, Renee.
exactly, exactly. And then I'll be ready. Because like the crazy thing, like I don't feel like I'm ready.
No,
But
you're never really ready for kids or grandkids. They
yeah,
just come
yeah.
and it's like they were always there. It's like babies are blessings.
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
true blessing. So you can
Yeah,
never be upset when one comes and you
no.
can never be prepared. Like you can plan all you want for those mommies that are like, oh, I'm going to wait one more year. Or, I mean,
Yeah,
seriously, you could try to do that, but you're still not going to be prepared for all the
yeah.
chaos and fun and love that
Right,
comes
right.
into your life.
And that's the thing, I'm in the selfish stage of my life with
And
my time. So that's why I'm not ready because I wanna be able to give time to my grandkids. And because I've, after like the kids grew up, so now I'm in the stage where, I wanna enjoy, I wanna spend time with Tony, I wanna travel, I wanna go visit the kids, I wanna like work, I want to build businesses, I want to help women. Like there's just
right.
way too much, and I'm being selfish. So
And I'm in a selfish state too, but my selfishness is also like being there for him because
yeah,
that's just like my season right
yeah,
now. So it's like
yeah,
when anybody tries to take away my time, I'm like, hey, does it interrupt my heiress time, my
right,
baby time, or does it interrupt like traveling or my husband time? So I
yeah.
totally get it. Yeah, we just
But
have
that's
we
the importance of setting boundaries. Like we
yeah,
prioritize what we have in our lives, and we set those boundaries. So other things, and people want to try and take that time away from us.
nope,
We get to this place in later in life that we have a much higher respect for those boundaries and our time, and we're not going to fill it with stuff that isn't worth it. So
you're
good for you. Good for you for
speaking of like our boundaries and our time, do you get like these itches in the beginning of the year to travel? Renee, are you there? Did we freeze? I bet I froze. Renee, are you there?
yeah.
Oh,
I'm here.
she might be talking. I might be talking. I don't know.
Yep, I'm
Can
still
you
here.
hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, you could hear me? Oh my god. It was froze for a second. Do you get the itch to travel?
abso-freaking-lutely. I love to travel. Love, love, love. You know what the best thing though? Well, not the best thing, but a blessing that I also have in my life. I mean, this is
What?
perfect time that you mentioned this because I've got some like this is so my life this past week.
Uh-huh.
You
Tell me,
know
tell me,
how
tell me.
I've been talking so much about manifesting and mindset, and I've
Yeah.
put work into myself and my business and helping others. And, there are days where it's like, what? Okay, I'm doing all this for what? Like, when am I going to get the outcome that I desire? Right. Um, but my friends, stick with whatever you're doing because the more when I say manifest, you can't just like put it out there and going, I want to do whatever without actually doing the work. And if you want to learn more, we can connect and I can teach you some tips and tools that I've learned that I've implemented. That the reason why it's happening. Okay. So digress. Travel. So I'm traveling this month. So when we're recording this is January. I don't know when this is going to come out, but I'm going to announce this now because I'm really excited. So I earned a free trip to Punta Cana this month with Bella
Free
Grace.
is always the best. That's like
Like
my
that,
first
right?
favorite F word.
Absolutely. I love. So I'm really excited. Tony and I get to go down, spend some time sitting on the beach. Fantastic. Other fantastic people. Wonderful. But then, so I'm traveling to Sedona in May because my oldest daughter is getting married. I'm so
Okay.
excited. That's going to be epic. So we've been the last couple of days, like I was planning out some different things that we want to do. There's a couple of wineries and like, hello,
Okay.
that's
Of
all right.
course.
So of course I have to hit the couple of wineries. But anyway, so we're planning that stuff. And then get this. So
What?
this is, I got a call, about 5 years ago with Touchstone Crystal. I was one of like 6 or 7 women to earn a free trip, bougie trip to
Nice.
Italy for 2 people. And there was only a few of us in the country that earned this. But then we know what happened in the world and everything shut down. And we've been working on, you know, post-pandemic, everybody's been working on rebuilding.
Absolutely.
And that particular trip hadn't been rescheduled. But periodically we were like, you know, like, what's going to happen with this? Is it really going to happen? Are we still going to be able to go? And, you know, for those that are familiar with network marketing and direct sales, there's incentive trips all the time.
Yeah.
They happened to launch an incentive trip for a Mediterranean cruise, and I didn't earn it. My personal business, I haven't been doing the work for that because I'm doing so many other things. My priorities have shifted slightly as far as where I want to be at the level of each of the companies, right? So I didn't earn it. Okay, happy for everyone that did. Super excited, team members, sisters, all of that. Wonderful. And then I get a call from Touchstone that they want to make it right for that trip that I had in Italy. So invited me to go on the Mediterranean cruise.
Nice. Yeah.
So I am literally like, what? I'm a free trip to the Mediterranean, to Spain and Italy. I'm like, hell yeah. But the crazy part is it's also in May.
Oh my gosh. So you were just going to be a traveling fool in May. This is probably, we're going to probably launch this probably in March. So everybody will still get to hear about our crazy.
But I mean, talk about like fantastic stuff happening, right? And then
That's awesome.
so that's travel. But this week has been like, I am blown away. So we all know it is thanks to God. I mean, manifesting, praying, it's all because it's his timing, right?
Absolutely.
So another thing that happened this week, positive steps for a trademark. So I'm still like had a great fingers crossed on that. So for those that don't know, I'm in the middle of trademarking Badass Queen and Sparkle Queen, and it's quite a journey. But anyway, yes. So I met with a woman, and apparently I was nominated, and I will be honored as the top empowerment coach of the year 2025 from the IAOTP, and I will be going and receiving my award at their black tie gala at Bellagio in December.
That is so amazing. How fun. Oh my God.
I mean,
yeah.
So apparently somebody nominated me, and then it goes to a board, all unbeknownst to me, and it goes through a board and panel and top empowerment coach. So I'm so excited. I feel so lucky, blessed, happy, like stuff is happening. So they're creating a press release. I'll be getting a beautiful crystal award, and the press release is being sent to like the news stations. Judge Janine Pirro was a former honoree, like the honorees that they've had.
Wow.
Yes. So, and another cool thing from what I heard is that I believe Susan Knowles. Do you know Susan? Have you ever watched The Bachelor?
Yes, of course.
She's being honored as well.
Shut up! Oh my God, that's so cool.
Right? So I'll get to meet her at the gala, and being honored gives me access. Like they have networking events and stuff like that. So
you'll get to do the little pre-networking prior with your.
Holy shit!
So cool, because you feel like sometimes does anybody pay attention? Does anybody know? Is all this hard work paying off? And then you get those kind of calls, and you're like, okay, I'm doing the right thing, God. I'm doing the right thing.
Yes, for sure. And so that was literally, I was like, wow, that was, the same, like exactly what you just said, because there's so many times where, it's not happening the way I want it to happen or as quickly as I want it to happen. And I know I have so much value to give to women to help them build their fuck it fund. And I'm like, so it just gives that level of additional credibility to the work that I'm doing and that I have to offer. So I'm beyond stoked.
I'm so proud of you. That is amazing. I'm so glad that we could celebrate that on this call too.
I know, because I didn't tell you. I was like, I'm not going to tell her because we knew we had this coffee chat, and I'm like, I'm going to do it on here. Talk about like what's happening in our lives. So
that's amazing. And why I'm over here like dealing with dogs peeing and pooping in my house because they won't go outside because it's too cold. So this is great news. I needed this today. And sometimes you need to hear that other people are winning so that you can keep going. You're like, okay, this is okay. I just know that good things are coming. It's gonna happen. And
1,000.
oh my gosh, I cannot be more proud of you. This is like such a big deal. So big. And do you get to bring a guest? Does Tony get to go with you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So when he came home last night, I was like, okay, so get this. I've got even more news. He's like, what? And I'm like, yep, you're gonna, you'll have rent a tux, and I'm getting a gown. He's like, we're really
how many times this year do I need to take off?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, how can I not go? I said, you know me, I'm the gown, I will have it all done. I am walking the red carpet. I am like, I will take all of this. I am receiving the blessings, and I am going to share it with the world because yes, for sure. There are so many times where we are 3 feet from gold. And I shared that before.
Yes.
3 feet from gold. And if those that don't know it, go look up the book, read it, because it is absolutely true. So,
or that poem, that poem always comes to mind too, Renee, the Don't Quit poem.
Yeah.
And it's, like so many people give up right before that turn happens. And it kind of just feels like, had you just like went 2 more times or 1 more time, that was the turning point, but you didn't know because you gave up.
Exactly. Yep. And then I had a woman, a friend of mine, who became friends because she was a customer. Like this week is just like, I am on cloud fucking 9. Okay.
Yay!
But she messaged me, referring a friend for the collagen, but she also said that she is loving the podcast. So shout out, Jen. I so appreciate you. And she said that she loves how like down to earth and real. And she was looking for, when you can ask for like recommendations, more like this, because she wanted more like us, where it's, talking to other women and sharing stories and just being real. And she wanted stuff on mindset and all of that from real people. And she's like, there's nothing like you. I'm like, well, damn straight, because we're fucking unique, but
I got a message similar from Jill from California. She is a friend of mine, one of my very, very best friends when we were in high school. And we just kind of stayed in contact and watched each other on Facebook. But because we live in different states, we're not connected. But she too reached out and was like, I'm watching your podcast. I love them. And I had another girl that I met on social media that messaged. Well, I mean, we were friends on social media, never like talked or anything, but she came back and she goes, you two are so relatable and funny. And she goes, and I really, really relate to you on a lot of things. And then there's these moments where I just really, really relate to Renee because I'm, this and my family's, and I'm just like, oh, I love it that we're just, it's so good whenever we get those messages. So if you guys are listening to this and you just like think that we're just crazy old ladies, like, please just tell us. It's okay. Right. Like, you guys are just fun, or like, oh my God, you guys don't even look old. You guys seem fun. Like, tell us.
Or you look like shit, because I'm not going to fish for compliments, right? You can go, you are full of shit. You look like shit. Like, it's okay. Like, we're just
tell us. Just tell us.
Yep. And really too. Right, absolutely. Like, and tell us what they want to hear. I was like, if there's topics you want to hear or conversations and stuff, like we definitely want to know, because, again, that 3 feet, like, okay, we're doing this, we're having a blast. And that's really what counts. We're having a blast. And for those that listen, if they get something out of it, if they get inspiration, they laugh, they cry, they whatever, share us too. That would be great. I'm holding up a little heart. But yeah, share us with friends and let them know that, time to have some fun with us.
For sure. I am actually going to Hawaii in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm not going on a Mediterranean cruise, but
Hawaii, that's nothing to sneeze about.
I know Hawaii is so fun. So actually I went twice last year, you guys, but I have free room and board because I have a son who's in the military and they are like living the dream. Okay. My son is so funny because he's ready to get out. He's like, I've seen all the beaches. I'm good. The mountains are beautiful, but he's like, this crap is expensive. He's like, get me out of here. Yeah. Now my daughter-in-law, on the other hand, she's like, don't let me leave.
It's beautiful.
And when I go there and visit, I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. Yeah. But so I get free trips to Renee because my husband travels.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Like I said, there's nothing better than free. Right?
Yeah,
that's what we said.
It's so fun. I mean, and to be able to go and then we just stay with them and then we just get to go and scoot around and go see beautiful things. I am excited about that.
Yeah. What island?
Oahu.
Okay. I've only been to Maui.
I have not. No. I did go to Maui. Whenever we went, we hopped and we went to the observatory.
Okay.
That mountain that you have to go all the way to the top. My husband, he was like, we have to get there. So we left at 2 a.m. We flew into Maui. We stayed at a house. We got to the top of the mountain at 2 a.m. And oh my gosh, you guys, the stars.
Yeah. The road to Hana?
Yes.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was gorgeous. So anyway, so I was just saying before we shared all those, that's so glad that you shared. It's so funny because I was just thinking like in January when it's cold, all I do is envision a beach.
Yeah, for sure. I
just like that manifestation is just like, oh, I just have the itch to travel. Like, let's go somewhere. Let's do something. Yep. And then all I do like the last 2 days is I don't want to leave, but I want my bed.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm good. So I'm like all about travel. Yeah. Tony less than me. I'm like, really? Oh yeah, no, so when we met, I was like, hey, let's go, we should go away. And he's like, really? Like we barely knew each other. We were only with each other for a few months and we went to Miami. I'm like, I love to get away. And yeah. I love also, so when I was moving in, we took all the kids to Punta Cana. And
Punta Cana is our favorite.
It's a lot of fun, but I love creating memories.
Yeah.
So that's the stuff that intangible. That's why I love to travel so much. And I pray that, I'm trying to build all of these things so that I want to be the grandmother that can, go away, take the family away, and then be the grandmother that I'm away with them and give them a night so that they can go out and I'll watch the grandbaby. Like I want to do that,
That's me right now. We just went to Austin. For New Year's, and they're so smart because they're like, "Hey, Ma, you want to come with us?" So I went out to dinner, came back, slept with Eris. They went out and partied on 6th Street.
Right.
It worked out great, and it really is amazing because who can stay up till midnight anymore at our age? I don't know. I mean, I try really, really hard.
We did. We stayed up till midnight, and we can do it if we need to. But I was talking to somebody yesterday, and we were talking about New Year's, and I'm like, we stay home. Like I haven't gone out on New Year's in so long. I have no interest in doing that. Like we went out to eat, and then we came home and we watched a movie. Oh, actually, was that we watched? I watched Wicked finally. I made him watch it. He's so bad for me because
before we get on Wicked, oh my God, because I have not had a chance to do that yet. I just ended up watching The Wild Robot with Eris, but That's exactly what we did. We just went out to dinner. I got dressed up. We took some pictures, had fun. We just kind of checked out. The street wasn't crazy psycho. And then when we got back to the house with Eris about like 11:30, we just like went to sleep. And it was the best New Year's ever. And he was just snuggled in my arms. And, you know, that's like where I am right now. And it just was good. It was perfect. And I always joke and say the best vacations are when you take your parents with you, because if you have your kids and you're on vacation, you have a built-in babysitter, and the kids know it too. They're like, yeah,
absolutely. Yep. And I pray that's what I really want to do. That's one of my goals. Yeah. So
it will happen.
It will happen. Yeah. Because I'm making we are making things happen. We are making shit happen. And it's very exciting.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me about Wicked. I mean, I don't know if anybody wants spoilers. By now, I think everybody has probably watched it besides me, but I mean,
well, I mean, everyone knows the story, but Wicked was, I had seen the Broadway show.
Me too. And I loved it.
Loved it. And back when, I remember when the kids were younger, we took them to go see Wicked. And my youngest daughter was always into theater, musical theater. And I even took her to Broadway. She wanted to try out for Matilda. And I took her to New York to audition for Broadway. She made it through a round. Like, it was just so the experience, right? But her and I always shared that love of theater and singing, more so than with my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter had an appreciation, but my youngest was full on. So she learned the song Popular. So she would sing that, and that was her audition song. So we always had this, like, that was our thing. And we saw Wicked when they traveled to Rhode Island at the local theater, whatever. So
I loved it. I'm excited to see it as a movie because they put a really different twist on it. Because the Broadway, everything just goes really fast, so you're kind of pick the pieces together, but it just was so beautiful and so fun.
They did a beautiful job. I really had wanted to see it, and most people know, like, my youngest and I are estranged, so it was hard when that movie came out. It was like, that's our thing. I'm not going to see it with her. So Tony knew that, and he was like, we can rent it and I'll watch it. And he's not and I'm over here singing. So it was really nice to
like, if you want to go, I'll go.
Yeah.
And you know what he would do? We would go to the movies and he would just kick back in the recliner and go to sleep if it really isn't something he's interested in. But he would be there with me.
Yep, absolutely. He had asked, he's like, do you want to go see it in the theater? Like, I'll take you, we'll go and we'll do that. And I know, but I love, especially like, okay, so full disclosure, when you're talking about a 3-hour movie,
I know
I'm 55, right? We're at the age we can't pause it at the movie theater, and I don't want to do anything.
No, and if you even drink one thing, you're getting up like 6-7 times, and then don't mention it, and then don't talk about how uncomfortable it is.
The back starts hurting. It's like, I can't sit there for 3 hours. Like, I have to adjust, and like, no. And then people, or if there's teenager, like, there's now we get into the whole,
like, yell at them and say, shut your freaking phone off.
I'm telling you, the last time we went to go see a movie in the theater, I think it was Top Gun, and we were so annoyed because they were kids and they got their phone. They're like, oh my God, and like, let's take a selfie.
Like right here, like, that if you're back here, you're like,
God, I just want to like slap them going, did your parents not give you fucking like, ooh, sorry, Eric.
No, he's already yelling at me because I just said something bad. And he's like, Ma, don't say that.
I mean, I know.
She can say it, it's okay. No. She can say it, just not me. He said you can't either, Renee.
Okay, I'm sorry, Iris. I come with a disclaimer. Everyone should know that at this point.
She's my friend that lives far away. You don't have to worry about it.
But yeah, it is frustrating to go to the theater.
It is frustrating. He keeps me what's the word? He keeps me I can't think of the actual proper word, but like he keeps me Christian-like.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kids tend to do that for sure.
They do.
So they
Yeah,
hold the mirror. Kids are really good. They hold the mirror up to ourselves.
they do.
And
Yes.
whether or not we want to see it or like it, but they do. So
But they're little computers, like they're like sponges and they're absorbing everything right now. So, it's just one of those things where it's the why. Why? How come? I don't want to. What does it do? How does it work? What does it like? And you're just like,
yeah, yeah. So you just made me think of something. When my kids were little, I was holding my little one, and my oldest one came in the room, and I was sitting on the bed. Connie was sleeping, and Brianna was like, "Mom, mom." Everything was mom, mom, mom,
yes,
mom.
yes.
2 minutes, mom, mom. And I'm like, Fangul, like enough with mom, 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 mom. And I finally went, that's it. From now on, you are gonna call me goddess. So for the longest time we would laugh. So when she would be like, ma, 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 and I just look at her, I go, what are you calling me? And she goes, goddess.
I love it. I need to come up with another name for this one here.
Right.
No, but he's the same way. Mommy and mom, mommy and ma.
Yeah.
And then usually when it's Papa and Daddy, he's angry. Daddy, Papa. Yeah, it's just funny. His two favorite people are mom, mommy. I mean, the other
Oh,
grandma may disagree, but I'm just gonna say ma. So that's
yeah.
my name, by the way, y'all.
Yeah.
He was in the beginning, it was kind of like sound like it was gonna be like Nana or Nana, and then it was like Mama and Mama. And I was just like, okay, well, how about I'm a grandma? So you just call me Ma now. And then when you get older, I will be the glam.
That's exactly what I expect. Glamour. We've already had an agreement. We've already had discussions. I will be glamour for sure. GLAMMA.
It's
That's
just
me.
easy to do the ma in the beginning, though,
Yeah.
Renee, right? Because like adding that glam is
Oh,
not
yeah.
easy
Yeah.
for they're like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So yeah, but my oldest she was saying me ma. I'm like, do I look like I'm holding myself. Oh, I don't do a beat, but
Little ears.
because little ears. See, I can have some self-control, people, but I'm like, do I look like a Mima? No,
No, not really.
no, I'm not being called Mima. So
Yeah, she's like, no, not
no,
at all.
that's a heck no. So no, glamour for sure. When that ever happens. So we shall.
Yes, and what? Yeah, we shall see. I don't know if I'm gonna. I mean, I can't like put a little in the kids. I mean, in the way that the world is right now, I don't even know if my other kids even want to have kids or if they want to have more. But I mean, if they do, hopefully, I have like a little window
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
are
it's
you?
funny
I
because
was going to ask you too. I was going to ask you, are you like one of those people that declutter in January as well?
our house is always really neat. Like
I
there's
mean,
no
like,
clutter.
clutter, like you feel the need to like rearrange or redecorate after you take down the Christmas stuff. Are you like that?
A little bit, not so much in the house because we pretty much redecorated everything, so we're like in a
Oh,
good
okay.
spot. But I redid my office. I redecorated
Yeah.
my office a little bit because of like the live streaming and doing, different aspects. So now like the other side of my desk, I can stand up, do live stream, and I can be my, self.
I want to redo everything,
Do
Renee. It's
you?
like, yes, I get that urge of like, I need to change all the colors. And so I've kept my bedroom completely neutral so that I can just
Yeah.
switch it up. So like
Yeah.
springtime, I'll go pink and then, green or blue because I get so bored. But I notice like with you and you're very much, your hair is always exactly the same. Mine's always different. I'm a girl that like, it has to be different all the time.
Oh no. And I mean I got a trim yesterday and I got a little extra for zhuzh in my face. But yeah, no, that says crazy.
You can't tell it's different, Sierra. You can't tell.
There's one piece that's different. I know. I don't know why Tony didn't notice. So yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
how
there's
dare
one piece, right? But yeah, no, I'm definitely look at me, brown, tan, beige, gray. He laughs at me because he is like in color.
He's like
And
me.
I am not. I am, give me my burgundy. I mean, Cabernet Burgundy. That's
not a color. That's neutral too.
I'm burgundy, black, tan, beige, gray. Like that's, and my wardrobe. So my closet is also color coordinated.
I love it.
And he's like, how many beige sweaters?
Like, one goes off the shoulder, one goes
Yeah,
up high.
it's literally like probably
you need the square neck, you need the V neck.
absolutely. There's all and different size. So some are long, some are short, some are thin, some are thick.
Yeah.
It's like,
Absolutely.
I love the beige. But he likes color on the walls and everything. So you talk about redecorating. I'm like, I am neutral. And I'm like, it's not neutral. I want beige, gray. We put like this blue in the living room. I felt this is crazy. Like I did this color in my office, and that's like, I am living on the freaking edge. But
and then you should see my flower wall. I don't video it on my flower wall. I think on our very first one, I videoed on my flower wall. I am thinking about taking it down, but you guys, like, I have these bright big roses. They're like orange and pink and burgundy and
yeah, no, I'm pretty boring. So, but I'd like to add pops of color in the house. Like that's what I like to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
when I say pops of color, I'm like black.
I don't know what January or like the new year does to me, but I just like all of a sudden my brain switches to, okay, where am I going to travel? Okay, now what am I going to redecorate? I'm just the weirdest.
The travel pot for me for sure. Had this, I mean, obviously we're traveling to Arizona, so that was going to be like, okay, obviously that's a big thing because I have a big wedding, not a big wedding, but a wedding to pay for, the travel there, all that. But then I'm like, where else can we go? Like I want a beach, and I love sitting down and relaxing and laying in the sun. And then I get the call for the cruise.
Yes. I cannot wait. That is so exciting. I'm so excited. So we're both going to be traveling fools here in a minute. I don't know. Maybe I'll go like I have one more state left. I don't know if I've shared this on one of our podcasts. I'm going to be 50 in a couple of years. And I've been to every single
I'm going to be 50 in a couple of years.
She's mocking me, y'all.
Yes, I
am. I have been to every single state in the United States. Hawaii and Alaska were my last two. And that last year I got Alaska knocked out because my son lives there. So the last state before 50 is Hawaii. I mean, Alaska. So I was like, I don't want to just go to Alaska. I have family there, but I'm sorry, I just don't want to go to Alaska. So I'm thinking of doing an Alaskan cruise before I turn 50 so that it will be on my checklist that at the age of 50, I'll be able to say I've been to all 50 states.
I love that. So Alaska, let's just take a moment because that was not my jam, not on my radar. I really did not want to go to Alaska. And then I earned a free cruise with Touchstone on the Alaskan cruise.
So is it worth
it? I can't wait I want to go again.
Really? Let's go together. Maybe that's where we meet.
Could you even imagine when I tell you, Sierra, it is gorgeous.
Really?
It is so gorgeous and majestic. The food, the Alaskan king crab, of course, the salmon, like you can go like on and on, but to see the Northern Lights from the ship, like it was just every port. It was actually unbelievable. We even took the little plane with one of the excursions. We then the little prop plane that flies and then lands in the water. We took that to another place to do an Alaskan salmon bake, and they cooked the salmon right there on the outside, like fresh salmon, and we had wine.
My love language.
And we did this like little, not a hike, it was a little tour. And I have a picture. There was a black bear that obviously there's bears, right? And so it was like a baby black bear. When I say baby, probably 200, 300 pounds. Right?
Exactly.
little baby. But the bear wanted the drippings from the salmon, so they would have to like shoo the bear away, and they named it. So apparently, like they all live amongst each other, right? But they were shooing the bear away, and it went up the tree. So of course, you know, I got the phone and I did a selfie with the bear up in the tree right there, you know. But I share that because such fantastic memories. And we got really lucky when we went to Glacier Bay, one of the stops. The ship claimed that we got the closest. It was September. And so I had brought like, you know, all of the garb to make me look like I am majestic in Alaska with the fur and the, you know, of course you got to do it up. And it was 70 degrees. We're like stripping off clothes. We're so hot. We're in Glacier Bay. And like you can hear the icebergs like hitting the water melt. It was
It's just beautiful.
It was beautiful. Oh, that was
now you're making me excited because my husband has told me, because I've never been on a cruise and I've only done resorts. And my husband is like, you're not going to like a cruise. You're just not. It's just not going to be nice. You're not going to like it here. You're used to the freedom of the resorts. And he says, if we go on a cruise, let's do an Alaskan because it's something different.
Well, it's worth it. I will say the one thing that I didn't necessarily love about the cruise is that at nighttime it's boring as hell.
Oh, really?
When you think about the demographics of people that are taking the Alaskan cruise.
Okay, I hear you. But that's actually good because I don't like people.
I was just gonna say,
I'm all alone. Like the casino is just me. I'm good.
And especially in the fact that you go to bed early, so you'll be right up with them.
Right there with them. They'll be snoozing. I'll be snoozing. It'll work out great.
So then that's perfect. But that was
But when I travel, Renee, I like have this switch that turns in my head and I turn 18 again.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the minute that I get on the plane, I'm like up at 6, let's go to bed at 10, 11, 12, midnight, 1. I turn into, and then as soon as I get home, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, then, so you're going to feel that too on the Alaskan cruise. But if you know ahead of time, you just plan accordingly of what you want to do for a nighttime, because there's really not that much to do on the ship at night.
You're making me excited and like I should do it.
And the spa. And the spa. It was like this float machine. Oh my gosh. And then of course
what airline, do you remember what cruise line you used? I'm just curious because there's so many choices.
It was the Alaskan cruise.
Okay.
I'll get you this.
I know Princess does Alaskan cruises. There's another one that does I can't remember the name, and then there's an Alaskan one. There's like 3, I think that
I believe it was the Alaskan one.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. That's just me all excited, people. See, I usually have like horror stories of my travel adventures. Like where I almost kill my husband or I almost die, like my very first time in the ocean.
Yeah.
As soon as we got literally to the resort, I got stung by a stingray. So I have all these like really fun stories. We'll have to do that next time, Renee, and talk about all of our travel adventure. Oh my gosh, how cute! I love it. She's showing the bear.
See the bear,
and there's a bear back there.
Isn't that cute? The bear that was in Juneau.
Now you have to send me the picture, Renee, because he couldn't see it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, she's gonna send you. This one costs money. See, you guys, this is what he's doing. He's being quiet, but he's trying to get me to buy him games. You can buy this one.
He knows who to go to.
Well, you're gonna have to love something that's free. Free. No, it's $9.99.
It is free.
No, it's $9.99. No, $10 is not free. Free is Renee earning a trip to a cruise.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fun. Renee, I love coffee chats with you. I love
so much
wine. We need to do another wine down. Not right now. We need to do another where we asked each other funny questions. That was fun.
That was hysterical. And actually that's being, as of this recording, it's being published, I believe, on Tuesday of next week.
cool.
That one,
Well,
yeah.
you guys will have to go back and watch that
Yep.
one.
Because it
Two
was
of my
so
favorites.
funny.
Yeah, that one was my favorite. And then I think either the dating
Oh, hysterical.
or yeah. My
We have
husband listened. Okay, you guys, I have to tell you this before we go. My husband listened to it. He listens to all of them, and he was like, he sits at the table with us, and we're having coffee, and he's like, "So, you shared food with another man before you met me?" I was like, baby, that was different. That was like an appetizer. You and I shared a meal. You could see it in his face that he was like jealous.
Oh,
He goes, I listened to it at like a faster speed. He goes, then when I heard it, I had to go back and rewind it so that I could listen again. I was like, oh, you're too funny.
that is hysterical.
That
Yeah, that's funny. We have had a lot of good ones, but we'll certainly do a wine night for sure.
Yes, and I hope you guys enjoy. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Whenever Renee gets back from her trip, we'll have to talk about, what some things that she saw, what she did. And I'll give you a little lowdown on Hawaii if you guys want.
Yes, for sure.
Oahu, whatever you guys want to hear. We are up for it. We love just talking, as you guys can tell.
As you can tell. And yes, share with us share with us also like where you are in your life. Are you taking care of littles? You're taking care of grandkids? You take care of, elderly parents or aging parents? I don't want to say elderly, aging. But thank you everyone for listening. Cover his ears. Okay, my friends, stay unapologetically badass, my friend.
Have a good day, everybody.
We'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Yes, bye.
All right, Queens, that's a wrap for today's episode. But before you hit pause, let's talk about you and how we can help you slay every part of your life. If you're ready to feel fabulous and look like $1,000,000, I've got you covered with my badass queen coaching, sparkling touchstone crystal jewelry, and Bella Grace collagen, because glowing skin and a sparkly vibe, that's a power move. Check it all out at ReneeCarbonefleming.com. And my co-host Sierra, oh yeah, she's bringing the heat too. Not only is she rocking Bella Grace collagen for her glow game, but she's also the queen of chic with her fabulous clothing boutique. From boosting your wellness to leveling up your wardrobe, Sierra's got the magic to help you shine inside and out. Check her out at Linktree/Sierra Whitener 7. So here's the deal. Head to our websites, grab the goods that'll help you live your best life, and let's make everything about you unapologetically badass. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with your fellow queens, because the more sparkle in the world, the better. Until next time, keep glowing, keep slaying, and remember, you're a badass queen who deserves it all.